think about you and I want you here with me. Am I out of my mind, or is this how it should?
Why did the chicken cross the road? Trick question. He didn't. He just stood there in the way. So this is getting kind of deep, and water keeps coming in the car through the doors. I hope my wood's okay. A bit more than I signed up for. I guess we're driving off-road now. That wasn't the original plan, but these guys just recognized my car and they flagged me down. So let's just see what happens.
Walking home late at night, maybe 2:30. A little drunk, but I'm alright. 'Cause I've been hanging with you, and it feels like love. Tell me if I'm wrong, 'cause it feels like love. Yeah, it feels like love. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just killing time. You should let me know if you want this true. Baby, you just make me feel crazy. A little crazy for you. Hey. I think about you and I want you here with me. Am I out of my mind, or is this how it should be? You made me sing about love, so just tell me if I'm wrong. But it feels like love. Yeah, it feels like love. Yeah. Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just killing time.
Kind of messy back here. Let's try my retro. Right, that looks pretty. Now we can pretend like it's nice, clean, and organized back there. Hey, welcome back everyone. I am with Wade again, and we are here to go tubing. Big difference between a tube and a kayak is control. How much control do you have in a tube, Wade?
Depends on if you have a paddle or not. If we are going to go out with paddles, you will have a little bit of control. If we are just bouncing from side to side like a pinball, we are going to have almost zero control.
Right, so usually my MO is to go with no control and just go wherever the river takes me. You know, I posted that video on YouTube, and a lot of people were commenting on your name because in the subtitles I wrote Dashan, and people thought that was a pretty cool name. For people who don't know how Chinese names work for foreigners in Taiwan, when you get your ARC, which is like a green card, you have to choose a Chinese name. If you don't, they'll choose one for you, and this name becomes your legal name in Taiwan. So the Chinese name like Huang Dashan or Li Xiaofei, these are our legal names. We can sign leases with them, you know, contracts, bank accounts, all of that stuff. It's exactly the same as our English names are back home.
My original Chinese name was Wei De. I have never been a big fan of just trying to find Chinese characters or Chinese sounds that that kind of sound like your English name.
It's terrible. Don't do it. Lots of people wanted me to be Asha. My
Right.
English name is Asher.
Right. If your name is David, you'll be Da Wei.
Yeah.
It's not a good way of picking names. When Taiwanese people talk to you about famous movie stars, Tamu Cruise, there are a lot of them like that, and it makes it very difficult to figure out who you're talking about. especially when you get into people like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was never happy with my name, Wade Duh, and so Laura and I were staying in a hotel in the mountains and talking about Chinese names and English names, and she just said, well, you just need to pick your own Chinese name.
And you should, and it's pretty cool. Like, you know, we get kind of cheated out of this when we're babies. Our parents just pick it for us because we're too young to choose our own names. But I think it's really cool as an adult to be able to choose your own name, which I guess you could anyway, no matter what. You know, you can legally change your name, but
sure,
you already have your entire like life with that name you were born with, so it's not. It's a pain in the butt, but you know, when you move out to a new country, you choose a name in a different language, you're kind of starting fresh, like a baby.
Exactly. So I should kind of chose, my name is Big Mountain, Da Shan. I ended up talking to you less than an hour after I had chosen that name, and you brought up a really good point on that name.
Wait. That wasn't your point?
No, that was not my point.
Wow, okay, so this is
this is all Asher.
This is blowing my mind. I
chose it because I like mountains and I'm big.
Okay, so let me explain what's going on here. So Wade is, his nickname is Big W.
Yes, I named my school that. So right, I have a school in Taiwan named Big W.
Right, so Wade has a Bushiban in Pingdong. It's great, you should send your kids there. It's called Big W World of English. And yes, Big W is Wade because his name's Wade with a W, and he's big. How tall are you, Wade?
I am 191 centimeters tall.
Right, he's not a small boy. So you really didn't choose this?
No, I really didn't choose this.
Wow, okay,
this
is blowing my mind. Okay, so Big Mountain is Big W because Shan looks like that, which is a W, and Da is big.
Right, it really does.
Da Shan, Big W. That is...
They are also two characters that I can write.
Yeah, that I believe. You're choosing characters you can write.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. Wow, that is the coolest coincidence I've heard. This whole time I'm just like, wow, Wade's really clever. But now I'm like, he's clever and lucky.
Yep.
I'm just Xiaofei for not really an as cool reason. I just thought it sounded nice.
Yeah, and you're Xiaofei, and so I am quite a bit larger than you, so I thought that I should be Da something.
Yeah, but you could do it ironically.
I could do it ironically. Be a big guy named Tiny.
You could be like little bird, Xiao Miao. All right, we're about ready to tube, and it's starting to rain, but don't worry, the river's not gonna flood. It's not that kind of rain. This is Uni. Wade's gonna be on Uni. Uni has had a hard life, 35 years old, which is like 200 in inflatable unicorn years. Originally I was gonna ride this, but it's broken, so I'm going to be on Pineapple. And the thing about Pineapple is the hole is really big and my butt is really small, so I'm going to hit a lot of rocks on the way down. I kind of wish I'd had those bicycle shorts with the butt padding to make it a lot more comfortable. But here goes nothing. No paddle, no control. That pace facing down a little bit?
It is.
Because in the kayaking video, everything was too high.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like one click or two clicks.
Yep. But makes a difference. For this unicorn, it helps to sit a little bit towards the back. If you go over like a rapids, you don't want to put weight on the front because it can tip forward. It won't tip side to side, but it can tip forward. So if you lean back when you go over a rapid, you're much more stable and you're much better. Oh, he's over! Maybe the pineapple's better. Pineapple power! love tubing. This is such a great time. It's something that's really, really easy. Also with a life jacket and a helmet, it's pretty safe. There's not too much bad things that can happen. Now, I might get a lot of criticism for this, but I think at the bottom of the bridge, like, you know, the local guys there, they could be doing a business, right? So at the bottom of the bridge, you could rent these tubes, or, you know, at the top, I guess, right? So you'd have a tube, a better tube than this, one that's easier to control and safer and all of that. What happened to Wade? What's he doing? Anyway, what I was trying to say is, like, you know, any local people, what they could do is they could rent people tubes up there by the bridge. And then you could tube them all the way down to like Yukon Dashell or something. And, you know, there's another service that you don't pick them up. And then you have to worry about...
It's really hard to run after a unicorn.
Hang on, I gotta make a rescue. Want to try the pineapple?
Sure.
So, what I was saying is that, you know, you wouldn't need to do all this. And you don't need a guide, you just need somebody to rent the tubes. And then you just rent like a nice proper tube at the top of the river, and then there's some service to take you all the way down. Out of the boat, like, there's no big deal. You just get back on the boat and you'll never fall in a tube. Tubes are very, very stable on their own. It's like, look at Wade, he's flying down there. He hasn't fallen out. The only reason he was falling out is because this I can hear it. This unicorn's losing air. I fell out. Did you see that? It is more difficult than the tube.
It is more difficult.
It's got a leak. I can hear it.
Oh, really?
The unicorn has a hole in it, and I'm plugging it with my finger. It's okay. As long as I got my finger here, it's good. It's like a hole that's even big enough to see. I kind of thought it had a hole in it anyway. Like, it's been... There's lots of holes when we patched them. Like, this unicorn, it's just, it's had a hard life. A lot of difficulty. Well, there's some white water coming up here, and I'm doing it backwards. Oh, now I'm hitting this. Whoa, Okay. Now what do I do? Feet downstream. My feet are downstream. All right. Woo. Woo. So, yeah, unicorn not as stable. The hole, it's lost a lot of air, but I want to give it another try because last time I did it ass first, and I think that I can get through it on the unicorn without falling. On the tube, of course, it's no problem at all. Let's go. Because the plum rain started a few weeks ago, the water levels today are not very suitable for beginners. But for several months a year, the water levels are much lower. When the water levels are very low, it's something that anybody can do. There could be a service here, there could be a company that just rents tubes. Like, you park down at the bottom, you get driven up in a blue truck with a bunch of tubes. They drop you at the top, you tube all the way down, and that's your day. You pay like, I don't know, 1,500 NT or whatever it is, 1,000 NT. Maybe even less, because you don't need a guide, you just need a tube. And like, the reason that I haven't been tubing and lots of other people I know aren't tubing is logistical problems. It's just, there's a big problem with the logistics about getting up to the top, going down and getting back up to the top, and it's a huge waste of time. And it could be done really, really easily by like a local company here in Utai. They could start at Dao Village. You just put your tube in there, and you tube all the way down to the end, basically here. And it's pretty safe. If you're wearing a life jacket, you got a helmet on, and it has road access the entire time. People can get out of the river anytime they want. Emergency vehicles or cars can reach here any point of the river. Like there's no inaccessible point. I think that it could be like a popular tourist thing to do in Utai, and if that service was available, I'd ride it all the time. Like, yeah, I'd just do it all the time. And, they could have better tubes than, say, a children's pool toy pineapple. Right?
Yeah, what the tubes that are made for tubing, they're wrapped with fabric, and they have handles on them that are better than the handles for the unicorn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because the unicorn handles are like in the front, but in the unicorn you need to be in the back, so
right.
It's like it's not a good handle. Yeah, those tubes are great. They're not going to break. They're very stable. They have that. They also have fabric on the bottom for your butt, so you're not like falling through and hitting rocks all the time.
Right.
Although I didn't really hit rocks there. I did.
No, I didn't really hit rocks.
Yeah.
I only hit rocks when I fell off of the unicorn, and
then tried to hold on to the unicorn instead of like protecting yourself.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, that's sort of what I did too. Yeah.
We rented tubes on the Animas River when the water got down, I think under 300 CFS.
Okay.
When it was pretty bony and pretty rocky.
Yeah.
We rented them. We rented tubes out and just basically drove a bus with a bunch of tubers in it, and the bus driver would drop them off at the put in and go get them after kind of the main rapid, which
Yeah.
is
So that's exactly what I think should be done here.
yes.
And so you didn't have any coach with them or anything like that?
No.
No. So were there any? I mean, you were there for 8 years. Were there any like catastrophes, accidents?
No, not really.
Deaths?
No.
Maybe that kind of business is still a ways off for Taiwan. Even when you go out to like rent an SUP at the beach or something, or rent a kayak at the beach, they're not just going to rent you a kayak. You have to join their group and go with the coach. So
Yeah.
it's not quite at the stage here like it is in the US or other countries where you can just go there and you rent the equipment, and whatever you do with that equipment is sort of on you.
There's also an assumption that in the US, when you go to a place with water sports, if you go to one of those places, you will know how to swim already. There is not that assumption here in Taiwan.
There isn't that assumption here, but I think there should be, because the people who just go and rent water equipment by themselves probably are the ones who know how to swim. Like there's lots of people who are amazing swimmers.
Maybe the ones.
Yeah, but those guys wouldn't even go on it like with us there present, because Matsu told them to go away from the water, right? I don't think that they're gonna take the leap that's even beyond that, where not only do they not do it with people there, but go and rent it on their own with like and just take it down. So I don't think there's really that concern. I think that people are more responsible than we give them credit for. Like, yeah, I think it'll be okay. That's the kind of business I'd love to see in Taiwan, and I hope that it happens sometime in the future. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, be sure to click like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments. And there's a better way to probably end it.
Stay classy.
Stay classy, Taiwan. Yeah, whatever. And we'll see you next time.